Today I wanted to just have a little chat about ruminating, stewing over things in my head, and thinking of multiple outcomes and possibilities of things that are never going to happen but could happen. And I find it something that I really, it's a big stress thing for me. I don't seem to be able just to shrug things off and be blasé about something, or casual and laid back about something, que sera, whatever will be. I've never been that type of person, and that's because of my autism and my Aspergers. Now, there are certain things that once they're in my head, I can't let go of them. It can be a small annoyance or a big project at work, say, that I'm already running through the countless scenarios and possibilities of what could happen, more often than not what could go wrong, and they start stressing me out. The things that haven't happened start stressing me out, and it is something I've always done, and it is something that once I'm on that track, I find it very difficult to get off of that and stop thinking about things. I have given myself plenty sleepless nights worrying about things that have never happened. I wish I could have the attitude of, well, we'll just see what happens on the day, take it as it comes. I can't. I'm over-analysing it to the point of causing me real anxiety and stress. It can be anything from going to a restaurant I haven't been to before. What's the food going to be like? Is it going to be too noisy? What's the lighting going to be like? Am I going to be sitting near a window? Am I going to be sitting near the thoroughfare to the kitchen? Am I going to be sitting next to the toilet? I wonder if they got the beer that I like. And those things that would just really proper occupy my head. Where a neurotypical person, they're not even important to them, those sort of things. And they're not even that important to me, I don't think, but it's the details, it's the overthinking of the details, to the point that I overload myself with it, and it's something that I struggle to control. And some of these things have caused me to have meltdowns in the past, where I've just been computing and analysing and running scenarios in my head of something, and people can't see that, and people wonder, I suddenly blow up and have a meltdown or have a sort of outburst, because sometimes it's almost like I'm a prophet. I can see into the future. I've thought about this so much, this one thing that hasn't happened yet. I've run all the different variants of how it could go down, and I'm ready with it. And a lot of the time I'm proved right, especially when I look at things that could go wrong. I'm quite negative in that respect. I do always seem to concentrate on the things that could go wrong about anything in my life. I don't ever really think about all the things that could go massively right. I never think about possible upsides to anything. I'm always thinking in a negative way, and I know I am, and I can't help doing it. And perhaps one day I might get help to try and give me some kind of some kind of technique that I can get myself out of this spiral of negative thinking and not over analysing things, and to basically try and be more laid back. But I don't suppose really that's ever going to happen. I suppose there are just better ways of dealing with it when it's happening, rather than ways to avoid it. As I said, they can be silly little things like, they can be such crazy little things like, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? To my journey home, am I going to have problems with traffic lights or something that I saw this morning? So I'll be thinking about them all day. What ways could I get around that? If I get there and there's a big queue, what? And I'm thinking about all this stuff, and I just can't let go of it. Typical people would be, well, okay, when I get there, I'll deal with it. With me, I've run through the thousands of possibilities of what I could do. Sometimes, I'll have even Googled stuff and researched stuff to have a backup plan, have an answer, have a get around, have something ready in case things go sour and go wrong. It's not an endearing trait of mine, and it's one that I really wish I could snap out of sometimes. But ruminating on things as well, never letting, because I can't let go of something, I ruminate on it. And I suppose the definition of ruminating is what I was just explaining, the experiences that I go through. I can't let go of something, just say, whatever, deal with it when I come to it. I ruminate on it. It festers. I increase the amount of time I think about it, and I don't choose the things I'm gonna ruminate on and stress about. They just, once they're planted, I can't easily let go of them. So many times I've got really super stressed about something that never happened, and that when it was analysed in hindsight was never ever going to happen. So that's why I think as well I ask so many questions about things. If I'm asked to do something, or I'm going to go somewhere I haven't been to before, or anything, I'll ask lots of questions, and if the person hasn't got the answers for me, it doesn't really sit comfortably, and that can only make things worse. I think possibly if I get some feedback and answers early on, I can sort of divert this whole single tracked negative thinking about something. But as I said, I've got no real control over when it's going to happen, what it's going to be about. I find myself sometimes sitting in bed worrying about things that aren't going to happen. So I thought that might be of some interest to some people to sort of hear my thoughts on that. So thanks again for watching, and see you around.